It's just about time for another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we've got an entertaining one in store for you. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Rams. Groupie out and ready to send this away. And this contest is officially underway. Here's Jordan Whittington on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. For the Rams offense, getting out there for their opening drive of the game. It's a 17-year pro steering this ship, Brock, an active leader in basically every passing category and continuing to try and build that Hall of Fame case. Matthew Stafford.
All this guy did was lead the Rams to the playoffs for the third time in 4 years, Kate, a season ago. Getting them their first postseason win, in fact, since Super Bowl 56. This guy, he already sits top 10 in career completions, yards, and touchdowns. He's been the model of consistency.
First carry now for Kyron Williams. And he's been met near the line to limit the game to a yard. Remain Pratt with the play defensively.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of it. Gain of 8, third down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Trying to sneak with Stafford. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for a Rams. First down.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
Throwing now on first down, Stafford. Throwing the out route complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Up the gut they go with Williams. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Stafford from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
10 at the 30-yard line.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a first down from the 30. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Finds him over the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. No, I'm hungry. Offense is set. This is second and 2. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
That right there. That will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They go with Williams on the counter. And so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything you watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
Throwing now, Stafford. He's caught. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Only need 1 more yard on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Defense showing blitz. Stafford. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Harrison Mevis on to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Evans set to kick this away. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So now the Colts getting their first opportunity on offense in this game. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
He isn't just a quarterback with some great natural ability to play the position, Kate. No, he's somebody who lives and breathes this game 24/7, 365. No off days for him. If he's not on the field getting his work in, he's in the lab studying, prepping, and thinking, how can I improve so I can handle this opportunity, this opponent, this challenge here in front of me?
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. Completed over the middle. He got mighty close, didn't he? But they marked him just short of the first. He's at the 34. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one nabbed by Warren. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Give him 13 on that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down. Throwing off the play fake. He's got a man left. He's out of bounds on the final play of our opening quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. To the right, wheeled in by Downs. And they bring him down around the 34.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. He takes off with it. And that zone read goes nowhere. They didn't even get back to the line. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Going with a screen to Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen for the same kind of yardage, too.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down Colts.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down Colts.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Finds him quickly on the RPO. He's tackled there, so a nice start to a new set of downs. But let's see if they keep it. Let's examine this flag. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up.
Still 1st down.
Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Looking to throw here. Quick slant taken in by Pittman. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Offense to the line, 2nd down. Here's a throw. That's going to be caught by his back. Taylor. He almost gets to the 5. It goes out at the 6.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Here he is on 3rd and short. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Blake Grupe on to attempt the field goal. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Grupe sends it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Blake Corum now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Rams ready for this one. Here's 1st and 10. They send Nakua in motion left. First and 10. Here's Stafford. Into traffic. Complete. And after making a catch, he is decked quickly at the 38. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 2nd down. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. Gets some space around midfield. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Rams have the first down. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down throw here for Stafford. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. To throw, Stafford. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the red zone now. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. They just can't finish the play.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Stafford now on 2nd and 10. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst.
And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams grow their lead just before halftime. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Mevis now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Rams drive their lead to 11. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Abdullah now to return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their second drive of the game. They could use something to trim that deficit, and enough time left to maybe get this near field goal range. First call here coming from the shotgun. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. That one only good for a couple. It's second down. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Not a lot of room for him. He makes it to the 34. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. Timeout Indianapolis. That's its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Dropping back to throw. This finds its target. That's Taylor. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
1st and 10 now from the 46. He's going to throw this one. Left side into the hands of Warren. And solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Throwing now off the play action. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
From the gun on 3rd down. He's got it. Complete to Downs. He's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on 1st down. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And it stays a 2-possession game at an 11-point margin.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
One last play before the break. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a two-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Here's Evans set to kick this away. Abdullah now to return. This makes it up to the 25. Indianapolis getting its offense out there to start off this second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. And it's not just in quarterbacks, Brock Hewer, who've got to have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Now looking to throw. Connects on the crosser. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
First down, Colts.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. They gain 11 on that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Going now on first down. Finds the in route complete. And they get this down to the 28. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
It's this underneath to Taylor. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Play number 8 of this drive, and it's 8 that they need here on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That finds Pittman, complete. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up first and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Taylor scores. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Shane Steichen sticking with his offense. They're trying for 2 more.
The Colts will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll call his own number. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Normally, that's a play that works for him, but that time, maybe better off letting it go on the option.
Yeah, I think so, Kate. You wouldn't believe how fast in real time you got to make that decision. It is a split second, truly a split-second decision, and that time not the right one for the quarterback.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Whittington now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. That lead already smaller than it was at the break, Brock, and they're going to face a little pressure now on this opening series. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Rams have the 1st down.
That's good for a Rams 1st down.
What a great sign to start the second half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Roll left side, taken in by Adams.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
And 6 at the 44-yard line.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Stafford from the gun. Finds him over the middle. He's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That one gains 7. And that's going to be good for an LA 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Another run for Williams. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Rams have the first down. So we're through 3 here. It's Rams ball. We'll see if they can hang on to this lead till the end. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Stafford now. Short pass brought in. It is going to be touchdown as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got a man marked. And it's close, but he's not going to score out of bounds right at the goal line, Brock. It's going to be 1st and goal.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
They'll look to run with Williams. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Rams stretch it to a 2-score game in the 4th. Kyron Williams, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Mevis now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams push the lead up to 12. Here's Evans set to kick this away. On the return, here's Doolin. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Trying to throw this from the gun. That's low and bounces short of his man.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we called them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. Back to throw. Connecting on the slant. And this one does not go far.
Number 14, Alec Pierce. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. throw here, third down. That's caught for the first. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
We've learned how valuable sacks in the pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
3rd and long for him here. This one falls incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman Jr., and that brings up 4th and long.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Desperation time here. He's going deep this time. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. They had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Has him on a quick hitter. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Wanted to fit that one into Davante Adams. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it. That's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Stafford now on 3rd down. Throw left side, complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. Stafford's going to throw once more. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half.
At the Colts 26-yard line.
Offense still line. This is 2nd and 4. Give to Williams from the gun. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. We'll get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. They send Nakua in motion left. They put a receiver in motion left. Stafford now on 1st down. Brings it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Rams with a comfortable 12-point lead. Design quarterback run here. Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run. This is Williams. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive. Try to stick them with the loss and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. And it's a designed run for him. So make a check in that win column for the Rams. Well, partner, another contest in the books. Great work, and as always, a pleasure to call it with you up here in the booth.
No matter how many games we call together, it never loses its excitement. No 2 games are exactly the same, so there's always a new story waiting to be told when we get to this field on game day.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams are winners as we say goodnight, everybody.